Great, and let's look at the possible answers to this question paper here. What is the meaning of the hashtag symbol that is found next to certain prices? They are talking of this. They are talking of the hashtag symbol. Okay, what's the meaning of this hashtag symbol here? This means the items don't include VAT, or they are zero rated, as you see down here. Zero rated items. So simply meaning it means they are VAT exclusive items. Or you can say zero rated items. They're asking us, calculate the total cost of the handbag bands. So we shall come here and we say 8. He bought 8 of them, each at 10 rand 99 cents. So we shall come down here. We shall say 8 times 10, 99. And this gave you 87 rand. 87 rand 92 cents. Write the cost of one bag of jelly beans as a ratio of the cost of bags of chips. So first and foremost, we are looking at jelly beans. I'll call them J. Then chips, I'll call this C. I will have to go and check on the till slip. Under the till slip, the jelly beans are 25 each, and the chips are 15. So what will I have to do? I'll come down here. I'll say jelly beans 25 and chips 15. Simplified form, divide through by 5, you get 5. Divide through by 5, you get 3. That's a simplified form. Show how the VAT amount of 123 rands 79 cents has been calculated. So we check on this. What we're going to do, we shall get 1,018 minus the amount of the non-VAT exclusive items. So the zero rated items. When you subtract that, you remain with 900. 49 rands 2 cents. So now this is the money that has VAT on it. So we need to remove the VAT. What do we do? We multiply by, we need to extract the VAT out of it. So when you do that, you end up having 123.79 cents. Looking for the value of VAT when the item already has VAT. Mrs. Africa decided to display the birthdays of every child that she teaches in her graph. She studies the graph below and, study the graph below and answer the question as follows. First and foremost, they're asking us what type of graph is this? The type of graph, we say it's what? It's a vertical bar graph. It's a vertical bar graph. Then this, now take note, How many learners does Mrs. Africa teach in total? So January, he teaches, these are 3. Here in February, there are 4. March, there are 2. April, there are 3. May, there are 8. June, there are 10. 6 in July, 1 in August. September, we have a 7. We have 8 in October. November, we have a 4. And December, we have a 7. All right. So we add all these values. We add all these values. Add all these values. And the answer becomes 63. Write down the months in which the second most birthdays are celebrated. The most birthdays celebrated with the 10. So the second most is May and October. So here your answer has to be May and October. Mr. Mbede, Mr. and Mrs. Mbede decided that they are spending too much money. They looked at their expenditure for the month of May, including items that are quoted for a year, but must be paid monthly. Given below in the table are their findings. Calculate the monthly payment on items that are quoted per year. We have the school fees here. We shall say fees, which will be divided by, for 2 children, you multiply by 2 and you get 200. And the other one is DSTV, whereby you're going to get this much money, 5,200 divided by 12. You end up having 433 rands, 33 cents. How much did Mbele spend in May? So you have to add everything up. Now, when it comes to monthly, here you put 200. And for the DSTV, you put the 4. So they ended up spending 17,933.33 when you add everything up. So they're asking Mr. and Mrs. Bill together earn 17,000 per month. How much they overspend? We need to subtract. And our answer became Mr. Mbele is a very good watch salesman. For every 2 watches that his colleague David sold, Mr. Mbele sold 5. If their total watches sold were 840, calculate the number of watches sold by Mr. Mbele. Now, what you have to put in, first and foremost, to know this, we have the person called David and we have Mbele. And whenever David sold 2, Mbele sold 5. In this, how many watches have they sold? 7. So, out of the 7, we shall say 5 belong to Mr. Mbele, and we multiply by the total number of watches that they sold, and we find out that Mbele sold 600 watches. Given below the table 2 are coastal and inland petrol prices in South Africa for June 2020. Study the table and answer the questions that follow. If Mr. Mbele lives in East London, how much would they pay for diesel, a liter of diesel, per liter of diesel? This is a keyword here, East London. This means it's found on the coast. And number 2, we are looking for diesel. So cost, and you come look for the diesel. So the answer is this. The money, it's 10 rand, 68 cents. They're asking if they spent 3,500 on diesel, determine how many liters of diesel. So we are going to say 3,500 divided by 10,68. So the number of liters are 327 liters, 72, 72. $2.6. Mbelles need to reduce on their expenditure. So just 2 ways in which they can do this. 1, they should cut on some items. They can reduce on the entertainment. They can reduce on entertainment. Can also reduce on clothing account. At 2.7, Mr. Mbele decides to sell one of his cars and wants to buy a motorbike in order to save money. He bought his car 98,000 and sells it for 55. Calculate the percentage loss. So it's 55 minus 9 divided by 98,000. 98,000 times 100. You have a 43,000 divided by 98,000 times 100. So this is 43 divided by 98 times 100. So the percentage loss is 43.88%. So here we go, and we are asking Mr. Mbele buys a second-hand motorbike for 32,500. and decides to invest the remainder of the money in order to surprise this family with a boat cruise in 1.5 years' time. The investment earns 1.75% simple interest per month, and his investment is for 1.5 years. If the boat cruise costs 45,000, the boat cruise costs 45,000. For the entire family. Will Mr. Mbele have enough after 1.5 years? First and foremost, that we have to look for it's the balance that he invests, the money that he invests. So we shall say 55,000 minus 32,500. So the balance that was invested is 22,500. So we need to find out how much interest. So now for how long? For 1.5 years. 1.5 years, we want to find it in the months because the investment is per month, which will give us 1.5 years. It's 18. So 18 months. So let's look at the investment now. We shall say 1.75 over 100 times 22500. So the interest is 393 rands in only 1 month. What about the 18 months? How much interest will it be? 18 months, he has 7,000. Then plus the money that he invested initially. So we have the answer as 29,587.50. Indeed, it's not enough. It's not enough. All right, that marks the end of question number 2. Let's go to question number 3. Question number 3. Question number 3. Zanele has been collecting data about children or students in her school who are under the age of 18 years and drink alcohol. So table 3 is a tally table containing the data that she collected from the classmates. Okay, so we shall see those are tallies that we have from grade 8 to grade 12. So according to the tallies, you can add them up a little bit, and because these ones are These are 9, these are 3, uh, 14, and we have a 4. We have a 14 again. And this side we have a 12. You know, we have a 19. Here we have a 20. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. And this has also 24. So now we look at the results and we see the summaries here. Total students surveyed 250. And the total underage boys are 80. And total underage of girls are 63. How many boys in grade 10 who are under the age of alcohol take alcohol? In grade 10, how many? So we shall say, because these are the number of students in the class, 50, 50, 50 surveyed. But of these 50, 50 surveyed, 50 minus the 14 and minus the, so this one becomes 50 minus 26. Okay, the answer is 24. In which grade does underage drinking occur the most? Grade 12. Grade 12. They are saying how many students surveyed in grade 8 that do not drink alcohol. You do the same. How many boys in grade 10 that, okay, no. Thought learners. Boys in grade 10 that drink alcohol. So the answer here is supposed to be 14. Then grade 8. Grade 8, they surveyed 50 of them. So we need to subtract the other, which is 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3. So here we end up having 38. 38. According to Away, 50% of the teenagers in South Africa drink alcohol on regular basis. Compare the, okay, what we're going to do out of the 25 that 250 that we have, we shall say 80 plus 63 over 250 times what? So we shall do that and we see yeah, this one shoots to 57.2%, which is true. It's more than 50%. This closes question number 3. What question number 4? All right, they're telling us the lower the person's heartbeat after the 2 minutes rest, the fitter. So here we are, and you are saying, write down the name and the heart rate for the fittest person. The lower, so we look for the lowest. So when you look clearly, it's what? Fulani. We shall say Fulani. Okay, they're telling us determine the model heart rate for the class. This one is, we are looking for how many times? We have 73 3 times. So the mode is 73. The mode is 77, sorry, not 73. Calculate the mean. The mean, you add everything up with the girls. Add everything up and divide by the number of girls. We are adding 91 plus 96 plus 77 plus 77 plus 71 plus 72 plus 69 plus 83 plus 97 plus 67 plus 99 plus 60 plus 66 plus 70 plus 100. So we have it as 1,000. Divide by the number of girls. We have them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we shall divide by 15. Shall divide by 15. We have 70. Okay, the median height of boys, we need to know with the middle number. First and foremost, you need to arrange. Rearrange those numbers there. And when you rearrange those numbers, whereby you start with the smallest, which is 50. Median for the boy. So this is our number 1. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 6 or 7. What's this? 7, 6, 7. Then we have 8, 9, 10, and 11. So if there are 11 numbers, you divide it by 2, the number will lie on the sixth number. The sixth number is going to be the median. So let's arrange them. We have 50, 51, 52, 60, 71, 77, 77, we have 77 is number 6. Number 7 is 84. Number 8 is 90. Number 9, 101. Number 10, 105. Lastly, we have 118. So remember, I told you the number that is in the middle is like 60 numbers. So we shall say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We made with 5 numbers on both sides. So the median is 77. By looking at the collected average, which one we shall say median, not affected, not affected by outlier. Doesn't have an outlier. Were the boys correct in claiming that they are fitter than girls? No. This brings us to question number 5. The graph below shows the amount of money accumulated when a certain amount of money is invested. Asking us what's the independent, and the independent is the time in years. However, the cost in rands, what you get is what is it will depend on the time. So name the type of interest that we are looking at. It's simple interest. Simple interest, and they're telling us or asking us, explain why the graph is a straight line. Reason why is because the interest does not change. After how many years of investment? After how many years is the investment worth the original, double the original amount? They put 5,000. Then double the amount, supposed to be 10,000. It's after 10 years. After 10 years. Use the graph to calculate the interest rate. Interest rate, we shall ask ourselves, what is it? We shall just come here, look at that. This is at 2 and 6. So what we're going to do, so you see 2 years. In 2 years, the person has 6,000. That means the person has got 6,000 from the 2 years. The interest is 1,000. We divide this by 2, we end up having 500. Now we are looking for the interest rate. It has to be a percentage. We shall say the 5,000 over and this marks the end of the question paper.